Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about DOCTORCHAO gaming and how, as a poser, trolls other Skyrim gamers by pretending to have a beast rig that has an RTX 4090. LOL. Now, as you know, DOCTORCHAO Gaming is a Skyrim content creator, among other things, but is first and foremost, and most of all, a troll. Okay, now, who is DOCTORCHAO? Now, we are currently on his channel, and this is DOCTORCHAO himself. Remember his face and his features, because we will see how similar they are to his dummy accounts.
But we've got a bit of a change here. Yeah, I got a new look for Link. Link's black.
My black sun! My black sun! Now each day my heart is getting bigger.
So yeah, we got a black Link now.
Okay, so remember that face. Alright, remember the cap, those glasses, that facial hair, and his nostrils. That is DOCTORCHAO Gaming. Now, as a troll, DOCTORCHAO employs dummy accounts on Facebook. And when you search on Facebook, on the search bar, you will find that his dummy accounts use his face. Okay? Currently, DOCTORCHAO Gaming has 3 troll accounts that he uses to attack people, namely Elsworth, Bottomley, Scotian Love, and Gentleman Fletcher. Let's take a look at their facial similarities. Notice the cap, the glasses, the distinctive eyebrows, the nostrils, and the facial hair. They're all in this picture as well. The cap, the distinctive eyebrows, the glasses, the nostrils, and the facial hair. Here, you see everything but the glasses. Okay, one more distinctive thing about him is that since he has a ripped bod, he also has alopecia because of steroids, and thus the need for a cap. Now, to see the real identity of DOCTORCHAO Gaming, all you have to do is go to Facebook and type Elsworth Bottomley on the search bar. Okay, there you go, and some images will come up. Click the first image, and that is Elsworth Bottomley. Notice the glasses, the distinctive eyebrows, the nostrils, and the facial hair. Here he doesn't have a cap, which he uses to hide his baldness. So here you go. That's Elsworth Bottomley, the real identity behind the troll DOCTORCHAO Gaming. Now, all over the internet, DOCTORCHAO here claims to have an RTX 4090 GPU with 128 gigs of RAM. LOL. Okay, because he has a video that features supposedly high-end graphics. So many people are curious about what his specs are, and of course, since DOCTORCHAO is a poser, he will say that he has a top-of-the-line PC. He does the same thing on his Facebook posts, where curious people would be given the same answer. Here, DOCTORCHAO says, I'm Yuzong. Notice the third grade spelling. I'm Yuzong a 4090 and I have 128 gigs of RAM. LOL. Okay. Now, in actuality, DOCTORCHAO Gaming, aka Elsworth Bottomley, is a barefaced liar. Now let's go to one of his videos here that he posted on his channel. Let's enlarge that. Notice that the NVIDIA stats here says NVIDIA GeForce RTX 308, which means it's a 3080 and not a 4090. Okay, and this was 1 year ago. Notice that the comments made here was 11 months ago. So the specs of that computer, alright, coincide with the date on this video. Alright, this remark here was made 35 weeks ago. Alright, so let's take a look at this video, which has the supposed RTX 4090 GPU DOCTORCHAO claims to have.
Oh my gosh, I'm at 20 frames around here. Holy. I've got a 3080 Ti. I've got a 3080 Ti. Holy. I've got a 3080 Ti and a 9999K CPU. Like, what rig do you have to run this at 60 frames per second? Like a 4090 Ti?
Alright, so that's the reason for his lying. He wants to pose as the cutting edge of Skyrim modding. LOL. So, having established the fact that DOCTORCHAO Gaming is running a 3080 instead of the 4090 that he claims to have mentioned in many Facebook posts, we will now see why he does it. Now let's go to a Facebook post where DOCTORCHAO Gaming as Elsworth Bottomley trolls someone who has bought a rig which has supposedly lesser specs than his own RTX 4090 PC. Here, Elsworth begins his trolling by saying, and i7 puke emoji and a 4070 puke emoji. So that's supposed to be an and instead of an and. So that's third grade spelling. Now, having been trolled, the poster responds by saying, dude, it's the best I can do for now, and I can change it all when I get to it. Alright? And someone else says, don't be an elitist, it's fine. Now, Elsworth, because he has posed, or he pretends to have a beast rig, sits on his high horse and says, you could have gotten better for cheaper. Third grade spelling again. If you're built it yourself. Third grade grammar as well. Okay, and so the rest of the thread continues, and this is all because Elsworth, as a pretender to having an RTX 4090, has begun telling off all people not to have potato rigs. And this is how this lowlife operates. So he pretends to be a guru by saying all that extra horsepower come in handy when you start modding games past their third grade spelling there, third grade spelling and grammar there as well, past their hardware requirements. So, this is how that troll scum operates. LOL.